Hello and welcome to BusyWorksBeats.com. If you've ever had the urge to create your own Valhalla shimmer, this video is for you. I'm going to show you how to do it with stock plugins right inside of FL Studio. So here's shimmer. If you don't know what Valhalla shimmer is, it basically is a reverb that pitches up the tail of the reverb, so it creates this haunted sound. Let me show you guys how to do this in FL Studio. What I've done is created a short envelope for a noise patch, and I'm going to run this through Valhalla shimmer. So it's on channel 2. Okay, so I can tell it's a long tail reverb. It's allowing high frequencies, and it has a width to it. Now let's go tonal here. Let's play a low tone and let's see if we get that octave rise out of it. And not hearing it, maybe we need to turn feedback. Okay, there we go. So with the feedback up, that creates that granular sound. Okay, so that makes sense. So what I'm doing is identifying the little details within this reverb that aren't in normal reverb. So the pitch shift only worked for my ear when I turned up feedback. So that helps me a lot with the sound design. And then I'll just check out the mod depth. It looks like it's on, but it's kind of grayed out, so I don't know. Okay, I can hear it wobble. So what the mod rate is doing is creating a pitch wobble. Okay, so the main things we need to build in this reverb, we need a mix level of some sort. We need a pitch shift. We need a feedback level, aka how much pitch shift are we using. The basic reverb stuff like how big is the room. We need a low cut, high cut, and we need modulation. So this might take some time. So yes, you can do it in FL, but we have to build it from scratch. Let's open up Patcher here. So the first plugin I want to manipulate is the Fruity Reverb 2. Let's right click, insert plugin, and let's open up Fruity Reverb 2. So we're just going to use it on one setting here, which is the stereo setting. So let's double click. We're going to widen out the stereo separation knob. In the top left, it tells you the values. And we want a long tail. Nextly, we need control over the modulation, which is right here built inside this reverb. Even if it wasn't, we can create our own with a fruity delay. Okay, so we have all the basic stuff on here except for the pitch shift. So what we're going to do here is right click and let's insert a plugin. Let's use FL Studio's new pitch shifter plugin. And now we have this. So what we want to do is do this in parallel, because as you guys heard, I had to turn on the feedback for this to kick in. So what we need to do in this pitch shifter is modulate this mix level, okay, for the octave to kick in, and then we'll use this pitch knob as a way to control the semitones for that reverb. So we've covered all the basic functionality. Now we need to actually program this thing to do what we want it to do. So let's have that go out. And then we're going to turn the wet level all the way up, dry level down, feedback level all the way down, delay time all the way down. And then the time modulation will become a pitch wobble effect. So right now it's just all these effects happening at once. So let's go one by one. We're just going to start here at the reverb. So in order to create a plugin interface in Patcher, we have to go to the Surface tab and we have to create knobs. So we're not going to worry about the knobs just yet. We need to first activate these parameters. So the first thing we need to activate is the mix level for this reverb. So let's go here to where it says pitch and right click and activate that value. Now we're going to see this little red dot next to the pitch shifter. This red dot means we can control that thing with something else. Okay, I think we have everything. And then the stereo width, we can activate that. So basically everything in this reverb is activated for the most part. Okay, now the special effect, we have that activated, the pitch shift. And then lastly, we need the modulation. We're going to right click and activate the knob for modulation, even though we already have a mod switch with the reverb. Okay, all that being said, all these knobs are covered. All these effects covered. Now we need to assign these knobs to, assign these parameters to a knob. Let's go to the surface. Let's right click. I'm just going to use default knobs. I'm not going to make this complicated. Also, we can right click and turn on what's called the grid so that stuff locks into place. We're going to rename this here mix level. So I'm really going to copy from left to right here, the mod depth. So now we have the knobs. We need to link these knobs to stuff because right now the knobs, I could twist them, but they won't do anything. Okay, so they're not linked. So let's go to the map. And on the left side, now you'll see this surface structure here in the top left. What we can do is assign the knobs to different stuff. So all we have to do is left click and drag to match the names of the knobs to the stuff we want to modulate. Now all the knobs are turned on. So now we should be able to manipulate these values. So let's play a tone. Okay, so this is what it sounds like by default. So firstly, the reverb needs a longer tail. If we're comparing this to the Valhalla, so that tail's at least 5 seconds. So let's go to Fruity Reverb 2 and make this decay time way longer. So it needs to be at least like 5 seconds. So now there's a longer tail to it. All right, guys, I made a couple edits. One is I duplicated the reverb and I used a high pass filter to focus on that pitch shifting so that it tamed the tone a little bit. And then I ran everything through an EQ to shave off the low mids, and I separated the mids and the sides, and I boosted the frequencies on the side. So now we have a wider image without adding stuff. Let's play the Valhalla shimmer first, and let's play ours. So here's shimmer. Nice long reverb tail. So what I did was I increased the decay curvature, and here is our version of it. So ours definitely has some like moving high-end stuff that if you guys don't want that effect, you can modulate it. But you guys will get this for free. Just go to busyworksbeats.com/FL Studio. If you want to learn sound design like this and how to understand all this, it's mixing plus sound design. So look for mixing fundamentals at busyworksbeats.com/premium. And for our sound design course, look for that course on like all the other nuances. All right, guys, subscribe if you're new, share with a friend, leave a comment to let me know what else you guys want to recreate, and peace out, guys.